was take a look at some major things. To know what's going to happen in the future, you have to actually know what Donald Trump and Q and the White Hats are planning. Let me see if I can draw something on the board. What we have Donald J. Trump, it's that DJT, and we have Q. And we have what's known as Q+. Q is a Q team. Q is an individual, Q is a team, Q+ is the president with the team, is what I think is happening. So you have this team, and this is a team of experts in high technology and security, and these are military intelligence personnel, and they're highly trained. Then what we have around Donald Trump is we have a group of 23 generals and admirals. They are connected to Donald Trump, and they have agreed to support Trump. What I understand is these 23 generals and admirals drafted Donald J. Trump 5 years ago, 3 years before the election, and said, "Will you run? If you will, we'll give you the guns. We'll stand behind you and protect you from the deep state taking you out." So he agreed to, as I understand it, went something like, so we have these 23 generals. Then we have, over here, we have the NSA. Now, most intelligence agencies are owned by the deep state and the money of the deep state, but the NSA has been redeemed because the NSA was run by Mike Flynn. And he helped clean up the NSA and get the bad guys out. That's why the rest of the deep state hate Mike Flynn, because he cleaned out the NSA. What we had was the CIA tried to take out the NSA by having Snowden, which is a CIA operative, release all the top secrets of the NSA, all their spying techniques, all of their stuff. So they had him do that because the CIA was trying to destroy the NSA. So we have that relationship going on there. So if they couldn't get NSA, so they tried to get Mike Flynn. They were able to get him, wound him a little bit. He had to sell his home, use the money to pay lawyers' fees, etc., etc., etc. All of this. I think he ended up getting, was it $1,600 in funding to help him pay for his legal fees, while as what's her name, Christine Ford got, was it $1 million or something to help cover her costs, whatever. Anyhow, so we have this kind of team showing up. Now Trump also has Secret Service team stands with him. He also has an honorary military. He has an honorary guard. We have a guard stationed there that helps support him. He has Marines. There's a very interesting thing about the Marines. You just think it's another branch of our military forces. It's not. It's the one branch of the military that reports directly to the president. That's the difference. It's a part of the Department of Defense, but it reports directly to the president. Yes?
What is the Honor Guard? I've never heard of that before.
This is the Honor Guard. It's located there on the outskirts of Washington, D.C. And they're the ones that do all the cannons and the parade and all this kind of thing. But they are military people. They do the 21-gun salutes and all this kind of thing. They're real official military people, security people as well. So they honor. So then what we have is we have out here, we have other nations, and a part of this in other nations, we also have what's called the White Hats. white hats are the good guys that are in the elite that believe in good moral things, and the black hats are the guys that are the Satanists and the killers and the drug smugglers and all of that kind of thing. So the elite, there's white hats and there's black hats in the elite. So what this whole thing is that we're looking at right here, this is now called, this whole thing is now called this is called the New Alliance, or the Alliance. This is who we should be praying for. We should be praying for the New Alliance, for these 23 generals and admirals, for the Secret Service, Honor Guard, for the NSA, that Flynn, for these Marines, for the White Hats, for these other nations that are teaming up with Trump. And this is the New Alliance that's being formed to counter the worldwide deep state, which is satanically guided and directed, yes.
Just a quick update, Ken. Actually, Flynn is Defense Intelligence Agency and Rogers was NSA and Cyber Command.
Okay.
Defense Intelligence. That's
okay.
Yes,
this was Rogers. That's right. This NSA was Mike Rogers. Rogers was the one that warned Trump and said you're being surveilled. He came and warned him because he saw all of these illegal things happen. So first of all, we look at this. This is the New Alliance. This is the government we need to be praying for. The NSA has been redeemed. They're going to try and redeem the FBI and the Department of Justice. Rod Rosenstein is stepping down. Others are going to be stepping down. Mike Flynn was it DNI? Was it
DIA? In Director. Hang on, I'll tell
you. DIA.
Yeah.
Director of Intelligence Agency.
Director of Defense Intelligence Agency.
Okay. So Flynn was there. They tried to get Flynn. So basically, what we have is this is the group we need to pray for. We surround them in prayer. This whole thing, this event that they're going to where they take over, the whole thing is called the Storm. The Storm is this whole event where the new Christian intercessor warrior people are taking over from the deep state. This is the storm that's going on right now. This is the battle that we're in that's going on. We have had at least 3 attempts on President Trump's life. 2 by missile, another one by directed energy weapon, and by the deep state. Now the deep state is parts of America and part of Britain and part of Australia, the part that's been trying to kill Trump. So this is what we believe we have. We have a new alliance. So pray for the new alliance, pray for all these people, and because this is really what's going on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and we're going to read over a plan that one of the Anons, who's close to Trump and Q, posted. This is a guy who's close to them, and he posted this, and we're going to read through this, and it's a little bit small, but I'm going to read the whole thing, and then I have it blown up. I have a few of the paragraphs blown up, but I'm going to read the whole thing. He says, "Don't forget, this was published on March the 4th in 2018. The Fed is going to end during the storm, and there's going to be a new currency system put in place in America, gold-backed again." So he's saying during this storm, by this group, this fighting, we're going to end the Fed. So the Federal Reserve, so we're going to do the Fed, and then put a circle and a big cross through it. So the Fed is going to end. Donald Trump and the teams are going to end the Fed, and parts of the Federal Reserve are going to be merged into the Treasury Department. But the Treasury Department is in collusion with the Fed, so we're going to have to clean up the Treasury Department as this whole thing goes along. Then he says, in order for the new system to be installed, the old system had to be neutralized and safeguards put in place. The stock market doing its funny business over a few weeks ago was just a cabal taking all their money out of it. This was by design and at the orders of the White Hats and Trump, as they wanted to prevent the cabal from having any type of influence over it. So he's saying they were trying to force the bad guys to take their money out of the market so they couldn't use their money to manipulate it. So we're listening to what's going on because we want to protect it. As everyone has been patiently waiting, well, most of us, the White Hats have been implementing the new currency system. So the new currency system is being put in place, and this is called QFS. This is the quantum financial system. This is the hardware that the new system is going to be running on. The QFS is the new hardware. It's the quantum computers that are not just being used for satellites and NASA and atomic weapons or something like that. They're now going to use the big new quantum computers for the financial system, the new financial system of the world. So we have a brand new financial system coming. The QFS new quantum financial system is going to be put into place. They're arresting all the corrupt bankers. There are tons of them working with countries like China, Russia, and Germany, etc., to get on board with the new currency and exchange rates and make sure everyone is on board and ready for this. The cutting the strings of the central banks didn't just involve America. It involved breaking their hold everywhere, as this is truly the only way it can be done. So you have to take the Rothschild banking system, which has been put in place in whatever, 100 nations, and we have to break it. Where don't the Rothschilds have control? They don't have control in Iran. They don't have control in North Korea. They don't have control in China. And they don't have control in Russia now. Why does the deep state hate Russia so much? Because Vladimir Putin has kicked their bankers out of Russia, and he's taken back control of his financial system for the nation. And he said this had to be done before the arrests and indictments and public disclosures began. This was not about doing it the way we wanted, but the correct way, the way it had to be done for the sake of humankind. The rest of all the big names we want have to wait until the indictments are unsealed, due process, much less trying to avoid looking like the power-abusing dictator. That being said, the Inspector General report will blow the lid off everything and will force the unsealing of a lot of indictments. It's coming soon. The White Hats needed to neutralize the cabal and take away their threat before moving forward with the arrests, etc. The cabal is neutralized. Signing a third EO, executive order, was the final step. It's an EO that makes our new currency system official. Trump has signed an EO, an executive order, and it makes the new currency system official. It could not be signed until the cabal was neutralized, as they could have infiltrated it and hurt it. The EO was secretly signed the night of 2/28, the morning of 3/1, which is 2018. Trump tweeting and introducing IG Michael Horowitz, saying he is an Obama guy, and attacking Sessions was not random and not without purpose. Trump announcing he is running for re-election in 2020, earliest of POTUS has ever done that, was also very purposeful and intentional. Notice Trump, the past week or so, iterating all the stats such as trade is the best, employment low, manufacturing high, jobless claims low, consumer confidence high, etc. He is doing this to create confidence in our country because of what's about to happen. So the thing with this new currency system is that the stock market will have to crash for it to go into effect. So what we're talking about, the new currency system, we must have a crash. As a part of the implementation of that. This is very important, and if this is the only takeaway from my post, this needs to be it. The stock market is going to go down, not to zero, but probably enough to scare a lot of people. This is by design. This is by design and at the discretion of the white hats. So the market is plunging, but we've already got the black hats out of the market. The white hats are causing the market to plunge. Can you see that? Mysterious things are happening, etc. You know, this kind of stuff. And he said, although they can't tell you this, please, please, please don't panic and freak out. This is the single greatest fear of the white hats, that you'll panic and freak out and all that kind of thing. That's not the situation. This is supposed to happen and will happen, but it will come back up and will be fixed. It's a necessary part of the storm, and other leaders of other countries have been briefed on this and know to expect it, as it will happen in their countries too, not just the USA. So I won't read the rest of that, but the main purpose is this. Our forecast now is that the market's going down. We have confirmation, we have trends, we have the highs are getting lower and the lows are getting lower. Yes, Glenn.
Is the QFS taking out the SWIFT system, replacing it with the QFS? Is this a part of the reset currency of all the nations going to gold or asset-backed?
Yeah, I think this is, yes, I think first of all, I don't know what's happening on SWIFT with the new quantum financial system. It would be easy to do, but I feel like there's a money system, several money transfer systems that are going to be available. They'll be fast, cheap, greatly improved. What are these things going to do? It's going to take money out of the hands of the bankers. They're not going to be able to hold your funds for 5 days while they transfer it and use your money. They're not going to be able to charge you a fee. You're going to, some of this is stuff, the money transfers are going to be almost free. You know, less than a penny. This kind of stuff. There'll be free stuff. So that's going to hurt the bankers. So I've been asking, is this the time for the FAZ? Remember all those prophetic words we had on FAZ? And we've seen FAZ begin to go back up again. FAZ is the 3-time short, ultra short on the bankers.
What does it stand for, FAZ?
That's just the symbol.
It's an ETF.
It's an ETF. That's the ticker symbol of an ETF. Let's go over there and we'll take a look at it. And so we'll look at FAZ. This is, you can see that FAZ has been plunging for a long time. Let me go back here, and we'll go back here, and here is, you can see it's at $11.85. It was up 5.6% on Friday. And what we're looking at is, you can see that this used to be over $1,000 back here during the crisis of 2008, 2009, this kind of thing. It was way up. It was way up here. It doesn't even go back that far in this particular chart. But what this does is shows you the potential that this could do if the banking industry got in trouble. And so you can see that if we have a new banking industry, Ron, could you turn the light back on? Thank you. You can see that if the banking industry gets in trouble, FAZ is going to explode. Mm-hmm. So we see what's happening. You see what's happening. We have a new currency coming. We have a new financial system coming. And Donald Trump is out to try to fix all of these things that we have. So let's take a look at another area here, and that is, well, we're going to review these, so here I copied some of these points in so you can see them a little bit better. I copied them, and we'll just read some of the points. The Fed is going to end during the storm, which is this event that happens. It has to do with 10 days of blackouts. It has to do with all this stuff that's going to happen. There's going to be a new currency system put in place in America, gold-backed. So our gold stocks, our gold hoards, our silver coins, all that stuff is going to be good. The white hats have been implementing the new currency system. It's being put in place. Payouts are happening. The revalue of the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, etc., other currencies are going to be a part of that. They're cutting the strings of the central banks. Didn't just involve America. It involved breaking their hold everywhere, all around the world. That's why what's going on in Europe right now, that's why the riots, they mobilized 86,000 police in France today to come out against the people who are rioting against this system. And people, and the mainstream media is trying to say, oh, these people are complaining about a new gas tax. And they're saying, it's putting it in those terms. Well, somewhat. I mean, they're raising the gas tax. Why? Because they got to use the money to fight global warming. So the French are going to have to pay $7 a gallon for a gallon of gasoline, so that the French can fight global warming, which of course they will never solve, no matter how much money they spend. And so the people are, don't like that. But what they don't like most of all is the giving up the sovereignty of their nation and being turned over to big one world government. That's what they're really out against. They're out against Macron. Why are they against Macron? He is a Rothschild banker who's now become the president of France. And what did he do? At 15, he fell in love with his high school teacher. And then when he was, and they had an affair, and when finally, when he was 18, he married her. She's like 20 or 30 years older than he is. This is a high school affair he had with his teacher. He's the leader, and a Rothschild, and he's the leader of France. His popularity rating is way down, the lowest of any of the national leaders. Trump is way above him, like 3 times in popularity. So it's just amazing. So what we're looking at is a real change, but to make any difference, we have to take down the Rothschild banking empire worldwide to make a difference. Otherwise, they just regroup in another group of nations, and they fight their war from that particular point, and they try to do the same things that they've always done in corrupting people, bribing people, blackmailing people, etc. So again, we see here, signing a 3rd executive order was the final step. So there's 3 executive orders. These executive orders are signed but not released. They were already signed. They were signed back in March. And all these things to say that Michael Horowitz is an Obama guy, and saying that attacking Sessions was all a joke the whole time. Sessions was doing exactly what Trump wanted him to do. Sessions' job was to, behind the scenes, act like he was being most fair and impartial person that there possibly could be, but behind the scenes, move the ball down to the 10-yard line and get off the field. Whitaker's job is to punch the ball into the end zone, and that's his job. He's going to do it. He's going to release all these redacted documents, withheld documents. He's going to release all the stuff that exposes the Department of Justice and the FBI. Once he does that, he's going to be anathema in the Department of Justice and the FBI. I mean, among the membership of them. So he's a sacrificial pawn. so we have the new guy, is it Bill Barr, whatever his name is, coming in as a potential Attorney General. So we have the plan. Sessions moves the ball down, acting like he's completely nonpartisan, charging Republicans, doing all kinds of stuff, moves it to the 10-yard line. Whitaker stuffs it in the end zone, and is agreed to be a sacrificial cow for this situation. And then we bring in Bill Barr, who's this balanced person who got 100% of the people of the Senate voted for him to become Attorney General last time he was Attorney General. And then what's he going to do? He's going to follow all of already the indictments will be unsealed, people will already be in jail, and he'll be there to execute justice fairly, you know. And so that's what I see coming. So we need to pray into this, pray into Donald Trump and everything that's going on. But the big thing that I see right now is here. So the thing with this new currency system is the stock market will have to crash for it to go into effect. This is very important. This is the only takeaway from my post. This needs to be it. The stock market is going to go down, not to zero. So right there we have the market going down, and so the going down of things that we like is we like FAZ, and we like VIXY, VIXY, and we like gold, such as DGP. That kind of thing you like for those situations. And at the same time, we could have companies starting and going in the opposite direction. We could have companies that have been absolutely killed going in the opposite direction because this is the time and the Spirit of God is beginning to blow upon them. Then we had this. Last week we read this. Ron Phillips, one of our members and one of our close friends in the financial community, said this. He says, I dreamed early this morning that I was at a dinner party and the host announced that the currency exchange had started. That is, the currency revamp had started, and that he had made arrangements for us to exchange our present bills for the new TRN, Treasury Reserve Note. That is, the Federal Reserve Note is going away. The TRN, the Treasury Reserve Note, is coming. And it sounds like the host of the party appears to be Jesus. Jesus is the host of the party. He's saying he's arranged for us to exchange our present bills for the new TRN. So some people who may be making money in currency may be getting TRNs instead of FRNs. And then he said you might want to consider securing SKRs. SKRs are the safekeeping receipts, which we explained last week is you get a safekeeping receipt when you go to a bonded warehouse and you put your resource there, whether it's pallets of gold or silver bullion or copper, or maybe pallets of US dollars or whatever it happens to be, and you store it there, you get a safekeeping receipt. This safekeeping receipt is tradable. You can trade it, and it's like money. You can trade these safekeeping receipts. So what he's saying, he says, also especially for international travel and business. What does that mean? It may mean that the safekeeping receipts are better for international travel and business for a while over the Treasury Reserve Note. It may be saying that, I'm not sure, but you might look at it from that point of view for that maybe the Treasury Reserve Note wouldn't have as much value internationally and may have more value in the United States. Can you look at that? I'm just trying to look at the possibilities that are there. So that's what we think is happening there. And then we get this from here is from Jordan Sather. He's on a YouTube, the guy on YouTube. He's got he tweets some good things out too. He said, wow, he says, looks like Q mentioned something along those lines exactly 1 year ago to the day. Under the title of Flynn Knows Where the Bodies Are Buried, on the 4th of December 2017, well, you can't see it right here, but the 4th of 2017, he quoted this, "Who knows where the bodies are buried?" He said, "Flynn is safe. We protect our patriots, Q. Flynn is safe." So what happened on December the 4th? We came out and had a notice that General Flynn was going to get no jail time. Flynn, 1 year to the exact day, the Q, 1 year to the exact day, says Flynn is safe. He knows where the bodies are buried. What did Mueller say? That the reason they were giving Flynn this leniency was because he had fully cooperated with the special prosecutor, and he had given them all kinds of information that they didn't know. That's what they said. And so, what did he know? He knows where the bodies are buried. That's what Flynn knows, where the bodies are buried. So what happens is, what Flynn did is he gave evidence against the deep state and against the Clintons and the people in the Department of Justice and the CIA. That's the information that's being hidden and redacted right now from the reports that are out there. So basically what we see is we'll see more activity coming with Mueller, and we'll see if Mueller has actually been cooperating with the president and with Q this whole time, and making a big show about it. And so then what we get is another very interesting thing. Vice President Pence retweets something from the president, a tweet from the president, and it has to do with the presidential message on Hanukkah. And Melania and I sent our warmest greetings, so he retweets it. But this graphic over here that says whitehouse.gov that he retweets has a label. Each graphic you put in a document has a label, and this label has a title. And this title is this. The title is this: "The Chinese Communist Party has infiltrated our government, media, and educational system at every level, and is actively using propaganda to program Americans to disrupt Trump and the mega agenda. This is Vice President Mike Pence, not Alex Jones." That's the name of the graphic. That graphic's name right there. And you can do it, you can inspect by going to the graphic, pressing Control-Shift-I at the same time, and this information about what's in that graphic will be shown to you. So we have, this is the president's tweet that he's retweeting, that appears to be VP Pence, one of his, probably not him, but one of his technicians, has added this title. You can tell that the graphic, it's a graphic file because it's 158 pixels by 158 pixels. You know that's exactly what that is if you look at it. And so you see that Mike Pence, and he's doing this on Hanukkah, which is what? Darkness to light. That's the theme of Q. Darkness to light. You know, that we've got, and we're going to have 10 days of darkness. Sometime they're actually going to shut everything down, 10 days of darkness. So we look at that. You look at that and see what's going on, get a feel for it in your spirits, pray about it. But what we feel like we're entering into this tremendously volatile time, and if you see a rally, maybe the time is then, and when you see a rally come up in the market, that's the time maybe to short it. Consider that. That might be the time to buy the VIXI or a FAS or something, whatever. Gold is right now inching up, just inching up as kind of a security blanket. But eventually gold, in crisis times, loses value immediately because people need liquidity. And the only thing they can sell is their gold. Nothing else They have no buyers for their stock, zero. Zero buyers for your stock. You have buyers for gold, you can sell it. So people start liquidating gold and gold goes down because they just need the money to make the payments and whatever. You know, that kind of stuff. So don't just, if you see gold falling, that's not a big deal. Expect that as normal. And if you can buy some more, get some more at those particular times. As, of course, I don't tell you what to do. That's something you can figure out for yourself. Hi everyone, this is Kenneth Storey. I'd like to take a minute or two to tell you about what our business and ministry is, Investing with Insight. What you are looking at is our website on Facebook. We post here frequently. We have videos and all kinds of interesting articles, prophetic revelation. Let's go over here and take a look at our investingwithinsight.com website. This is where we post a lot of our information. A lot of dreams and revelations are posted here with people, for people. We see what the Lord is saying, and we see how we might be able to invest and protect our families and our businesses at this time. Let's go over here to our, this is our website that we run on Kajabi. This is for our paying members only. And we have, here we post all of our videos, all of our special reports. We have resources and watch lists and special reports. We have our meetings, we have prophetic revelation, we have our top picks of our top stocks, our penny stocks, this kind of thing that the Lord has shown us. And I want you to get an idea, because as a member you'll get you'll have a part of this. Let's go over here. Let's say you joined us. Well, every Saturday morning we have a presentation online. We broadcast online. You can see here we got 2 days and 19 hours to go here before we do our next one. And we have a chat area over here on the right. You can see where people can chat and they can talk back and forth about what's going on, be a part of the community. We have people around the world on several different continents that are all a part of this on Saturday mornings. Then what happens is we also have people who are traders. And so every week I provide, every day I provide a stock list of where you can invest based on where the market is for this particular day, based on our prophetic stocks. As you can see right here, I'm shorting the market. The DUG, I'm shorting energy, the VIXI. This is, I'm saying that there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market, so the VIX will go up. I'm still in Apple. I'm shorting China. I'm going long U.S. Treasuries. I'm shorting gold, silver here, and I'm shorting gold mining companies here. So you can kind of see how we're doing. Right now we're averaging about 66% APR, and we've been doing this for 631 days. So you can kind of trading days. Over here we'll take a look at some of our other resources that we have that would be available to you. We have watch lists, special reports, recommended tools and services, how to invest. We have training classes, 16 basic training class, plus we have an archive of all of our past resources. There's a forum that goes along with it as well. And then over here, I'd like to show you, we have our tweets. Every day we have tweets going out. We tweet out our daily trading, plus all my trades are tweeted out, plus any important articles or important prophetic revelation that's coming out, we tweet that out to everyone. And so, for instance, if you would like to join up with us, what we have here is you just basically go to the store and you can click on becoming a member. And we have it's normally $407 a year for an annual membership, and you get essentially weekly meetings. We do skip once in a while. You can do $47 monthly membership or a $407 annual membership, And we have specials that we're running from time to time, and you can take a look at those specials. So basically, that's what we are, that's who we are, and it's been great talking to you, and we bless you. Hope you will join our prophetic investing community.